All right, this show is taking a turn for the.
Oh. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to this week's episode of Monster Bass Live. I'm really excited for you guys to be here today. As I'm sitting here, I'm realizing that I forgot to send out my text message to let everyone know about the show. So I apologize. I'm going to do that while we're sitting here. It's pretty embarrassing when you're the boss and you forget to do those things because I don't have someone to yell at, right? Like normally I can just sit here and be like, oh, Rafi, you didn't do this and I'm good. But no, I can't. I can't do that when it's all, when it's just all on me. And if I'm being honest with you, it's all on me. And so I'm going to do that really quick or I'm going to get yelled at by a bunch of people. And I can't believe I did that. So we got an amazing show for you today. I've got Zach Van Ryn from XZone on the show tonight. I've got Marty Lawson, who's going to give us a Monster Bass Cares update. We're going to do some golden tickets. We're going to honor some people that have caught some fish. And I'm going to start the show by saying I really did mess up. Last week I said, I think I made a mistake by giving up my phone number. And it's true. I have literally been inundated by people that now are my best friends. They're now my best friends. And they literally, I wake up to text messages. I get phone calls, I get suggestions, and I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot because I feel bad if I don't like if I don't respond, I feel really bad, and I don't know how to stop it. So let me just say this: live starts. I can't believe I'm doing this, you guys. I cannot believe I'm doing this. Here we go. Hold on. I'm going to send this out. All active. This is so embarrassing. It's insane. I can't believe I did this. Send it right now. Disable. Review. I'm so bad. You guys. All right. Let's check out the chat. We got a lot of good people here. James Anthony. We might actually have a whole show with James Anthony. Last week, God bless the Monster Bass community, we talked a lot about getting a tattoo. And while I don't know that getting a Monster Bass tattoo is a good idea, some of you seem to think that it is. Because 3 of you have offered to do the show live while you're getting a tattoo. I mean, I don't encourage this at home, children, if you're watching. I will encourage you to make smart decisions. I encourage you to not get tattoos until you're 18 and when your full frontal cortex is fully developed. But man, I got to tell you, I don't know. Who else is here? Of course, Beth Langston is. Of course, Thomas is. Elsie Raps, Marty Lawson, James. We got some good people in the chat. I'm really excited. I'm going to show you guys some new baits. But first, as you know, I love to celebrate your catches. I love to celebrate what you guys are doing within the Monster Bass community. And you know that you can, you just head over to monsterbass.com/PB, upload your PB, upload a recent catch, anything that you're proud of. Because I want to celebrate you. I want to celebrate your wins. And I don't care if you upload a pic every day. I'm going to celebrate them. And so I want to take a moment and let you know that if you do upload a picture, I'm going to give you a coupon for a free Monster Bass license plate so that you can celebrate. If you caught an 8-pounder, it's going to welcome you to the 8-pound club. It's just that, I want to celebrate some catches, and I'm excited to see you guys. And so let's take a look at a few catches this week. This is David out of California. We had a lot of catches in California. David caught this 8-pounder. And again, I'm not here to question whether or not it looks like it's 8 or not. I'm here just to celebrate some wins. And David caught an 8-pounder in California. This is Eric. Eric caught this healthy fish in Delaware. It's a 5-pounder. This is Devin in Michigan. This is a 7-pounder. We got Chad in Louisiana. Double 8-pounders with the cigarette. He's going Brian Thrift style. Look at this guy. Standing there proud. He's got 2 donkeys, cigarette hanging out of his mouth. I love it. All right. God, that's a beautiful background. Joshua in Georgia with an 8-pounder. We got Lonnie in Illinois with a 5-pounder. We got Lucas with a 5-pounder in Arizona. I mean, that thing's bigger than him. And finally, we got Max. Max is on the run. He's can't be seen. He's in California with a 3-pounder. And there you have this week's trophy room submissions, or at least the ones that I picked because there were so many. But I encourage you guys to post your picks, share them with the community. We love to see them. We love to celebrate you guys. And there you have it. We got Matt Brown already talking trash. Already talking trash. Brian Rand. Good to see Brian Rand. I love that guy. All right. Our first guest today. I'm going to bring him in. Our first guest today is I can't tell you his real name because he does have classified G14 clearance with the government. And since he and I are the only ones that have G14 clearance, I'm the only one that knows his real name. So we're just going to refer to him as Marty the Party. And so let's give a big warm welcome to Marty Lawson. Oh, no.
Yeah.
How you doing, Marty?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good.
How you been?
I have been good, except for the recent surgery I had on my head, which brings me to a point, Rick.
Yeah.
The backing on these hats have all these little holes in them, so I can't wear them fishing.
So you need a grandpa hat or a
I
dad
need like
hat.
the slouch hat.
Yeah, dad hats.
Yeah, dad hats for us bald guys. That would help. Need to make some of them. Yeah, there you go. I'd show you my head, but it's kind of ugly right now.
All right, so since you brought it up, so you had you took 20 stitches to the back of the head.
Yeah, so public service announcement. Everyone, wear your freaking sunscreen. I had skin cancer removed from the back of my head, day before yesterday. And ended up with 20 stitches. I've had some removed from my face. I've had tons of them burned off. I mean, it stems from when I was a kid working out in the fields in Maine. And, and then when I joined the Navy, I've worn a hat ever since, but all that stuff catches up to you. So yeah, wear the sunscreen, protect yourself, because it is not fun. Well, I mean, I say I got a free facelift out of it because they had to pull all the skin back together after they cut it out. So I got, I think I look about 30 now.
Yeah, I'd say 32.
Yeah.
America's Got Talent right there.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that your public service announcement hits home for a lot of people. I think for everyone on the show today, it definitely hits home. And, we've talked about this a lot on the show. Cancer sucks. And so if everyone could do me a favor and take what Marty said seriously, because it's not fun. And I've seen the scar in the back, or the thing on the back of your head where they cut it out, and that does not look pretty. And as someone that's I took 12 stitches one time, I fell down. And I thought that was big, and your 20 definitely has me beat. So,
yeah, and plus I'm a another type of cancer survivor.
Okay.
So been in remission for 8 years now. So
Good on.
hanging tough, doing my thing. But
Good.
weather here in Virginia has been horrible lately. We had a cold spell, and then we've been just getting dumped on with rain. Got a lot of flooding going on. Yeah, another public service announcement. Don't ride on flooded roads. We lost a 10-year-old child up here, not too far from me. Got swept away.
No way.
Yeah, it's just terrible. So yeah,
Do you have any,
just
do you have any
people have
good
to watch.
news for us today?
Good news. Yes.
All right.
All right. So we are supporting Chaplain Cap. I don't know if he's in the chat or not.
Hold
yet.
on. Before we get there, for those that may be tuning in for the first time, why don't we tell them what we're talking about here?
Okay. So as you see across the bottom, Monster Bass Cares Venmo. I don't know. You can't. I don't think you're putting up the Venmo code, right?
I did.
Okay. But a lot of times in the little tips booklet that you get in your Monster Bass box, the majority of the time there's a Venmo code in there. And this all came about from people donating to Monster Bass via the super chat. And we found out, like, if someone gave $20, Rick was getting about $4 out of it, which really wasn't much. So working with Rafi, we came up with Monster Bass Cares and provided a Venmo code that people can donate straight to that Venmo code. It goes into a separate account. And then what happens is I get calls and emails from veteran and first responder tournament organizers, and they look for Monster Bass support. So I take that money that we've collected in that Venmo in that separate account, and I purchase Monster Bass stuff, and I send it to the veterans and first responder tournaments for free. So it gets our name out there, but it also supports, really good causes, getting the veterans out there. We've supported, I don't know, I think we did like 8 last year. We've already done 3 this year. So if anyone in the chat, people that are doing these veteran tournaments that are looking for support, we're here to help you out. So really consider the Venmo and donating directly to that so that we can continue to support our vets and first responders with our tournament donations. So,
all right, so tell us about this next event.
Okay, this is Talking Rock Outdoors, run by Chaplain Cap, who is a Monster Bass member.
And currently watching live. He's in the chat.
Oh, there we go. Cool. So, he reached out and we supported him last year, and they really loved what we sent. So he asked for support again this year. They got tournaments in June and July. So we're sending some product that gets directly drop shipped to him to support his tournaments. And, it's something that we really like to do. And Chaplain Cap, he does a fantastic job with his organization that he started up out there. I think he's in Georgia. I think it's Georgia.
Georgia.
Yeah. But I'm looking to make sure here. Let's see.
It's good either way. Georgia, Florida.
Yeah. Talking Rock, Georgia. Yep. And he gets these guys that have PTSD and things like that, gets them out on the water. And I think that is just an incredible thing that a lot of these folks do, get these veterans out on the water. It's just, even myself, I'm a vet. I've seen a lot of stuff, and it always gives me peace of mind when I'm out on the water. I don't have to think about anything else but being outside, trying to catch fish, and just enjoying the outdoors. And it's kind of like you get new energy, new breath. You're able to take a breather, especially for our guys that have PTSD. I think it's very important to get these guys out there and show them that there are a lot of other things to life to enjoy. And it's very important. I wear the bracelet, 22 a day. That's way too many for our veteran suicide. And, we need to do all we can to prevent that.
Yeah. I think that, there's so many causes out there, and some people will be like, well, there's so many causes. Like, you're right. And yet we still have 22 servicemen and women a day taking their own lives. And it's awful. It's awful.
It is.
And if we can, so if we can help in any way, and if you want to help in any way, 100% of anything that you do donate goes to this. We don't touch a penny of it, and we use it to fund projects for vets. And so if you have anything, you can send. If you've got an event or something that you know of, you can hit me up at rick@monsterbass.com. I'll forward things to Marty. We'll make sure that he has the ability to find out more about it and see if it makes a lot of sense for us. And if so, we're going to do the best we can to support it. I mean, it's, they make a sacrifice for us. And so I feel like if we can give back in even this small way, it's super helpful. So
it is, it's a just cause. Believe me. I've met so many people through doing this, being the Monster Bass Veteran Ambassador. That's a title I hold dear, and I really like talking to the different people and finding out what they're doing for vets and things like that. And I actually think I'm going to start writing some stuff up for you, Rick, to put in our pamphlet each month.
Yeah,
to let people know what we're supporting and the importance of it. So I'm going to start doing that, and you can put it in if you want.
I will,
or we'll figure something out. But yeah, I want to let people know what we're doing.
Yeah,
I think it's great.
I think that you're right. I mean, this is something that you can't shed enough light on.
No,
can't shed enough light on.
I mean, I bet you a lot of people in the chat right now know veterans that either have had a traumatic event or have PTSD, and there's so many. There's just so many, and it really helps to get them out of the house, get them doing something.
Yeah,
and fishing is a great outlet.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. So I really thank you for everything that you do, and I also want to wish you the best in your continued battle with cancer. And hopefully that, you could always go to the hair club for men and put some stuff over the top of that. I mean, I might.
I'm too old for that. Forget it.
You're 32.
If you don't like the way I look now,
yeah,
it's too bad.
Yeah. I hear you. I should also, before I let you go, I want to let you know that there is Captain Craig Krasinski runs a week-long fishing camp along with Patrick McNeese at the School of Fish, and not out of Monster Bass Cares, but we just donated. We just donated for 20 kids. We just gave them a full setup so that they could attend this fishing camp and learn how to fish and spend a week without their iPhone. So
perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, less iPhones, more tackle boxes.
Exactly. Yep. So, well, all right, Marty, listen.
All right.
I appreciate all that you do, and I hope you and your wife are doing well.
We are. Thank you very much.
All right, man.
All right. I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Thanks, brother.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Well, there you go. Classified G14 clearance. I mean, we got to put that to good use. And I can't think of a better person. I actually got to meet Marty. He came here on the West Coast for some top secret thing. I can't tell you about it. And it's so great when you get to actually meet people. Like I said, when I came back from the Classic, oh my God, it's so great meeting people. And I got to meet James. I think I saw him in the chat. There goes Matt bragging about his clearance. Matt, you don't have clearance. You don't have G14 clearance. So, all right. I want to give everyone an update on golden tickets. We will do some golden tickets, and we will do some for you guys in the chat. If you won last week, I did mail them out. At least I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did. I don't know. All right. So our guest today is from a brand that, you know, when I started Monster Bass, either you liked me or you didn't know me. Or sorry, you may not have liked me or you didn't know me. And because I did start a company, Lucky Tackle Box, and then I left that company. And then about a year and a half after I left that company sold and left a lot of brands hanging. And so I was guilty by association. And so when I started this brand, when I started Monster Bass, I called 3 brands. And they were Z-Man, XZone, and Lunker Hunt. And I called them because they were run by good people. And I knew that I could have an honest conversation with them. And I knew that they saw the value in the brand and what the box offers. And so there are very few relationships that I hold more important than those 3. Because when I started this brand, they took a chance because they could have easily been like, nah, we got screwed by a box company. We don't want to participate with another box company, you know? And then along the way, we've seen what's happened with Mystery and, you know, and yet these 3 brands have always stuck by me. And so it's really to me, super important. And I finally got to meet, you know, the guy that ran, we're going to find out, ran this company, Jim Van Ryn. And I finally got to meet him. And I got to tell you, one of the nicest men. And I love chit-chatting with the guy. He'll call me up and he'll want to just like, have you heard this? What's going on in the industry? And he's usually got something or I've got something. And we've just always had really great conversations. And so I'm really excited about today's guest. And so let's give a big warm welcome to Zach Van Ryn from XZone. How's it going, man?
How's it going, Rick? Thanks for having me on the show tonight. It's an honor.
Thank you, man. It's really an honor to have you on this show because I can tell you this, knowing that you're your dad's son tells me a lot. And you and I haven't met, but your dad's your dad's very special. He's been a big supporter of the brand and since day one, and he's always been really easy to work with. And I feel like, you know, we've both gotten something out of this relationship. And when he told me that you were kind of coming on board and taking over, I don't know, most of the day-to-day or all the day-to-day, I guess we're going to find out. I was really excited to meet with you because, again, it's a brand that I respect. So why don't you take us through, like, can you tell me, like, the history of the brand and how your dad got involved in this?
For sure. Yeah. And first I want to say that's the first time I've heard that backstory. And that's pretty cool. We're fortunate to have worked with Monster Bass. We like to take you at your word, and you've always been good to us. So I appreciate that. Yeah. My dad started basically with the first rod sleeves. So we're here kind of to talk a little bit about XZone today, because to be honest, it's a little more of an exciting brand. The rod glove, we're the first rod sleeves to the market back in 2010. Basically just started as a sleeving with with a zip tie on the end at the beginning, which was
Mhm.
an atrocious product. But it was only meant for like, you know, my dad, you know, his sons, which is me and my brother, and
Yeah.
you know, some friends. So it evolved from there, and I mean, it's grown massive, and it's well, massive. We're still a small company. You know, that's how the fishing industry is. But yeah, it's grown from there. In 2016, we picked up XZone. So XZone is a company that was owned before, but they had two designs that were just mega popular in the swammer and the slammer. Both great for smallmouth and good for largemouth as well. But really like made their name here in Canada as a smallmouth company. So we bought that company, and you know, we did hand pours. We continued the hand pour tradition that XZone had going for about 6 months, and it was a little hard to scale.
Sure.
Pouring every bait by hand
Yeah.
is not an easy task, and yeah, we basically switched to injection machines. We were able to sort of keep the same quality by keeping it in house. When we switched from hand pour to injection machines, that's one thing we really pride ourselves on from the beginning. We've made our soft plastics in house, and that's really helped just bring us. It's really just helped our quality stay even. So when he bought the XZone brand in 2016, he brought my brother in. My brother runs the machines. I was in high school at the time, and then I started here in 2021. So that's I guess 4 years ago now. Feels like it's been about one.
Sure.
But yeah, basically over the last 4 years has been kind of a transition period. First 6 months, I honestly felt a bit useless here, to be honest with you. You know,
What
like,
did you do for the first 6 months?
oh, I just, you know, like my dad would give me a little task, and I do a little task, we actually went through a whole warehouse change. We grew our warehouse, so I had to, like, you know, move around the warehouse and stuff like that. But I went from a job, in a different industry where that I went into right out of high school, where I had kind of a high position, and I came here and I kind of had to go back down to square one and learn everything. Not about fishing, but about the industry. So basically, over the last 3 years or 2 years, I would say, we've been kind of transitioning my dad from the main manager or the general manager or CEO, whatever you want to call him. He does everything. Into that being my role, and at this point, I basically do all that stuff for him, all the day to day, a lot of product development, a lot of the marketing, stuff like that. And basically, I mean, really, my dad handles the key accounts and some spreadsheet work, which I don't mind doing. I like spreadsheets; they're real fun to me. But yeah, no, that's basically where we're at right now. So we're transitioning the company from my dad into me and my brother. So my brother handles a lot of the production stuff, and I'll handle a lot of the stuff inside the office. And yeah, it works great. Me and my brother don't have similar personalities at all. So really, it works well that me and Nick, my brother, are opposites that way, because it really allows us to grow the brand, as it's no longer just under one person's you know, management. Sorry, I was finding the word there. But that's the story. I missed a lot of parts there. Obviously, we've been through a lot of you know, it's challenging getting into the learning the branding or learning the industry. But yeah, it's been fun. We love fishing so much. I've been fishing since I was, you know, 1 or 2 years old. So yeah, it's a pleasure to work in the industry, and people are great too, right? So.
And when your dad bought the business, were you like, I'm totally going to work there? Or were you originally like, I don't want to work for the family business?
That's a good question. I thought eventually I would. I never, like, because he actually came up to me one day, and while I was working with him at a different job in a different industry, and he just said, like, do you ever want to like do this? Because I never showed really any interest in it. But at that point we were so busy in 2021, or the company was so busy, and we are still so busy, that there was actually a role for me. So I never actually really thought about it, to be honest. I was 16 and I was thinking a lot more about other stuff than working, to be honest with you. But
yeah, I bet. I mean, at 16, I was playing sports in high school, chasing girls and going to parties, and focused on doing my homework.
Yeah, I mean, I was just focused on fishing, but wasn't thinking about doing a bit like getting involved in the business. But yeah, it's been great. I couldn't imagine working in a different industry at this point. It's a lot of fun.
So there's a lot of people out there that are like, I would love to own a fishing brand and work in this industry. What's like the biggest challenge for you, like running a brand in this industry?
That's a good question. I don't know about challenge. I guess really the biggest learning curve is learning learning about the industry, and just sort of learning how small it is. I would say is a big thing that I learned at the beginning is how small it is. And one thing my dad has always instilled in us from way before we had the business is that relationships matter and how you treat people matters. And the biggest sort of piece of not a piece of advice maybe, but yeah, the biggest piece of advice I could give to anybody in the industry is basically don't burn bridges and to treat people the way you want to be treated, because it is a small industry and word would get around, right? But no, we've always felt that relationships were the most important aspect of the business. So sort of just learning everybody's names and memorizing things about people and stuff like that has been the biggest challenge for me at the beginning. So
nice. What so in terms of you can put out great baits. You can have the best baits on the market. But if people don't know about it and there's no place to buy it, it really doesn't matter. So
yeah, it does not matter.
How do you go about growing retail? Is that not your area of focus?
That's it is and it isn't. There's a lot of room for XZone to grow. Up to this point, at least, my dad has really been the main one working on retail, working on getting it in the stores. The raw glove especially is a retail product. We like to really direct people towards retailers for that product, and we think that it's a product that a lot of people buy when they're buying the rod, and they should, right? Like, we wouldn't buy a rod and take it out of the store without a raw glove on it. We wouldn't put it in our car without a raw glove on it. That's kind of the way that I'm just very particular when it comes to my fishing gear. So that's why I wouldn't. But yeah, no, in terms of XZone and growing the retailer, sort of who we work with on a retail level has primarily historically come from my dad. It's something that I'm working on getting into more and more. But really, I like to think that the demand will bring retailers to you. And more than that, you want to have a demand before it gets in the retail space. That we can get into a retail space, and if the demand is not there, you're going to be replaced. And we really just like to we'd like to sell through at a higher rate, right? And be a brand that retailers can trust and they can trust to put them on the shelves and that they'll move. So I think it all stems from marketing in a from a consumer brand standpoint.
And what has been like some of the most effective marketing that you guys have done?
Social media.
Yeah.
Quick answer. It's a huge answer. There's a lot to unpack there. But social media and working with people who will, post on social media for you, like getting into different regions that way, or different communities that way, and posting on our own socials. It's something that we've worked a lot on in the past. We have a lot more planned to even update it from here. And it's just social media. It's the I don't know what word to use for Brick. I know you like social media. It's the crown. It's everything.
Yeah. If I was having this conversation earlier. The number one thing that I'm looking for, if like a pro came to me and said, "Hey, I love your products. Will you sponsor me, or how do I work with you?" I'm going to ask him for his social channels, and I'm going to look at it. And if the answer is, "Well, I'm just getting into social media now," I'm going to tell you, there's very few people in this industry today that can survive without social media. Like, I can think of one pro that may not be the most active, and that's Brian Thrift. Like, I'm sure he posts. I know he does, but he's not that's not him, right? It's not his style. But he's a heck of a stick, that guy. Yeah. But if you're looking to, make the jump from one level to the next, you got to have social media. You got to.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it is the crown jewel. It can just reach the biggest amounts of people the quickest, right? And that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Hey, I'm going to take a minute and do a couple golden tickets. And if you don't know what a golden ticket is, Zach.
I don't.
Okay. Let me see if I can find one. Here it is. I've got one. All right. So for everyone at home that may not know, and for Zach, so every one of your boxes has an individually numbered golden ticket. And I'm going to call out some ticket numbers. And if I call out your number, you shoot me an email at rick@monsterbass.com and show me a picture of you and your ticket. And we're gonna continue Operation Garage Cleanout. And I have a car that has never been parked in my garage. And sometimes it gets sunny in California, Zach, and I would love to one day put the car in the garage. And so I have a dream, and I'm hoping that the Monster Bass community can help me. So I'm going to call out some golden ticket numbers at this time. I'm going to put it in the chat for all of you guys. And the good news is, guys, I'm extending my car lease by 6 months because there's no good leases. And I'm going to wait until the end of the year to get my new number or get my new car. So I still have the option of getting this. We still have the opportunity to get this car in here. So before I do this, what do we got? 12 likes? Someone tell me how many likes we got. I think it's at 12. All right. It's pathetic. Golden ticket numbers 122-817-91654. I will also put that in the chat, and I will put it on the bottom so that people can see it. So if you've got those numbers, email me at rick@monsterbass.com and I'll hook you up. All right. So you and I have been talking since late last year about this upcoming year and some of the baits we want to put in the box and some of the new stuff that's coming, because this finesse, these smaller bait styles seem to be like the most popular thing on the planet, right? Like we've got a line of BFS rods coming, and they can't get here quick enough, and it seems like every brand is focused on smaller profile bait. I think because it's very approachable, and I think that you can fish them in just about any condition. So I know you guys have some stuff coming, and without like giving us any secrets, what can you share with us some of the new stuff that's coming? Or
I can show a little bit of secrets here.
Okay.
Yeah. So
what do you feel comfortable doing?
Yeah. So in terms of bait finesse, we did a launch last year. What was that? August, July, something like that. We had 4 baits in it. A little tube, so a little 2.25 tube, a little minnow, 2.75 stealth minnow, a little stealth creature. It's like a little hog style bait.
Yeah.
And this little craw, this little money craw. This thing is Rick. This thing is nasty. But yeah,
Is that summer craw?
this is a brand new color. Everything I just showed was a brand new color. So I hope everybody was paying attention. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, this is burnt craw. So you can see it in my hand here.
Okay.
It's basically green pumpkin one side, orange on the bottom. We made this, Rick. We finished making this 3 hours ago. So
Really?
yes, it is brand new. It'll be out 15 days from now, along with everything else. But yeah, basically late August was our bait finesse launch. Basically the other new colors coming in that bait finesse lineup. I got pumpkin plum party, green pumpkin one side.
That one's hard to see.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Does this craw float?
This craw does float, yeah. So plum on one side, green pumpkin on the other. That's the adrenaline craw in the same color. But yeah, this creature floats. All of the baits except for the tube, which we don't want it to float. They all float in this stealth finesse. There is some baits that obviously shouldn't float. Stick baits, swim baits, in our case tubes, and our jerk bait, like our soft jerk bait. But the floating has really been something that's been big for us. As you know, Rick, I mean, it's something that has really set us apart especially at the beginning. Not a lot of guys were doing it. I don't know if anybody was advertising it. And yeah, I mean, on the bottom of the lake, basically this is a adrenaline craw, one of our more popular ones. Bait's gonna come to the bottom, and most baits are gonna like that, right? Our bait is gonna, like, the claws are gonna float up, kind of like a defensive crayfish, kind of fight for its life. Makes a big difference on craws. Worms too, like our deception worm, float. On a drop shot, it's gonna sit like this, perfectly straight. Makes a big difference. It's a lifelike movement. They can kind of see it moving around. It's not like sitting in the dirt where they can't find it. It really does stand out. But yeah, those are the floating's been a big deal for us. But we don't put floating in everything because some things need to have action and perfect action. And we every bait is kind of weighted on its own based on what we think it needs to be. Right. So the salt content of each bait is very particular, and something that we take a lot of time on when we're developing.
How long does it take you to develop a bait from, say, start to finish, like this craw? Like from or the craw, either one that you're talking about. But like from the time someone sketches it on a piece of paper to the time it comes out, how long does it take?
Good question. You're forgetting a big section in there, and that is the idea. The idea can come years ago. It can come 2 or 3 years ago. A lot of the stuff we do is, like, I work with Brandon a lot. Brandon Pollenic, Elite Series guy, for anybody that doesn't know.
Who?
Brandon Pollenic.
I'm just kidding.
Heard of him? We work with Brandon a lot. Brandon is he's on our bags. His face is on our bags. He has a lot to say here, and he's really taught us a lot of lessons in terms of bait development. Yeah. But we balance the company and Brandon balance each other out by the company needs to. Brandon would like to have a bait for everything, right? Sure. And Brandon is very particular, so he'll make baits that are just like, he'll have ideas that are just perfect from the get-go, right? He's just like that. He's very good at bait design. So Brandon will bounce an idea to us. We'll bounce it back. We'll bounce back, concerns about it in terms of, the market or, like what about it could go wrong. And sometimes that idea, takes 3 or 4 conversations to be like, let's go through with it. When we start sketching, that's where it can go really fast or it can go really slow. Some baits you sketch out for the first time and you send it over to the CAD guy. He does it in CAD. It can take 6, 7 revisions sometimes. Sometimes it takes 2 or 3. And then it goes to prototype. And really, like, the first sketch takes about 2 weeks. Then every sketch after takes about another week or two. And then prototyping takes 4 weeks or so to get the mold and pour it. Really, once it's approved from start to finish, 6 months on the shortest end and 2.5 years on the longest end. Some of the baits are just, they've just been developed to the point of death. I'm just sick of looking at them by the time they come out. We've been fishing them for 2 years,
Right.
And they're perfect by that time, and that's really important to us, is that we're not releasing stuff before it's ready. Sometimes we miss the window on stuff, like the new bait that I can show you here in a second. But okay. As we get better at developing and as we get better at fishing, like everybody, your fishing skills should go up over time. Hopefully, as you get better at developing, you basically take longer because you become perfectionists. Yeah. And as you miss the window.
When's the last time you said no to Brandon Pollenic?
When's the last time I said no to Brandon Pollenic? Probably right after Zokochobi win. Yeah, he won a tournament, an Elite Series tournament. I guess that was 3 months ago. I didn't say no. We just have put a bait that he really particularly wants on the back burner. But I want to do it bad, but I'm not the only guy making decisions here. So
sure,
it is what it is.
And what happens if you bring the bait out too early and you don't hit a home run?
Too early?
Yeah.
Like it's not ready. The development's not done?
Instead of going through the full development process, you're like, you know what? It's good enough. Let's just get it out there right now.
I don't know that we've done that. I'm trying to think of an example. One bait that I would love to change, we have a 4.25 Nico Ned Zone. It's like a great bait for like when they want a big Ned profile, and it's kind of like a fat, short Nico bait. I wish it was like a 3.75. Sometimes I'll cut it down like half an inch, and it becomes like it's that sweet spot. So that is one example of a bait where I'd like to change it, but really nothing like what happens when you release it too fast. Sometimes you just want something different, right? I mean, it's more mental than it is affects you on paper, but it just something bugs me about releasing stuff that isn't like ready to go. So we've been late. We have some baits that have released in November, which is like the worst time of year to release a bait. Almost nobody up here is fishing. I mean, there's lots of guys down south fishing, but not a great time. We've been late a lot, and that one is definitely reflected in sales. But I mean, overall things do balance out over time. People find it, but you miss the initial push of it being cool and new. But it is what it is.
When you come out with a bait mid-year, because you go through your dog and pony shows at when retailers want you to, but what happens when you're coming out with baits mid-year? How do you go about getting it in their hands?
A lot of emails, a lot of communicating. We've released a couple baits at like the kind of middle March, like Bassmaster Classic timeline. Usually most of the dealers are looking for stuff then. I'm about to release a bait in 2 weeks. And it's just a lot of communicating. Sometimes it doesn't get into stores quite as quickly, but we're pretty good about, eating some cost here and there to make it happen, because we want dealers to have it on time. It's important to us that we're communicating with them. Okay.
So you said you have a new bait there. Is that something you can someone in the chat, I don't remember, I just saw it, but someone in the chat said, can we see the new bait?
Yeah, I can show you the new bait. I can show you two aspects about it.
Okay.
I don't want the whole thing shown. My social media guy that I just started working with told me that he does not want the thing seen until the 20th. The 20th, you can see it in all its glory. I will show you.
JF?
Who's that, sorry?
JF?
The social media guy?
Yeah, his initials.
No, I started working with Jeremy many years ago. He's
Okay.
yeah, he's a great guy. We love him. Okay. The tail. Okay. First of all, it's a scoping bait. It can be a chatterbait trailer. It can do lots and lots of things that a minnow can do, but it's a go out and scope around type of bait. Let's be honest. This is our fourth concept of a scoping minnow. That's to say we were a bit too picky on it. Not too picky in a way, like I would never release any of this stuff, but my goodness, I'm getting to a point where I just I want we tried to perfect it a little bit too much, and we did perfect this one. It just took longer than I thought. Anyways, two important details I kind of want to show. The tail, basically that gap there is really important to us. It's not too far. They kind of like, but they stay apart. I want it to be like pretty slender there, and then the thickness of the tail. You can basically see if I held the bait all the way up, you'd see this tail kind of bends over.
Yeah.
I want it to be really, really light. I don't want the tails to stick straight. I want them to move up and down, like they flow. Like that's the look I was looking for. They flow. The other thing about it is the kind of the body section. It's ribbed a lot. One thing that I've kind of changed a little bit over the years in development is I want baits that have ribs on them. The light hits the bait on the rib and it goes crazy, right? It goes different ways, and the fish don't see it as one bright light shining back at them. When the bait is really flat, I don't particularly like the flash that it gives back. I don't want it to be like too dull. I don't particularly like that. I like it when it hits from different angles, but I really do like the ribs because they really shine in different angles and cut up the bait, and they look like the scales, right? You can't, like, if you put scales on the side of the bait, they like kind of shine a little bit too bright in my opinion, and they look a little funny. But yeah, the cuts are like, they're money, Rick. That's what I like anyways. I mean, like what you want, but man, I sometimes I'm a little selfish and we design baits that are like perfect for what we do. And yeah, they work. They do work. They'll work for everybody. For anybody using that technique, but yeah, a lot of the times we're looking for specific things that we want in baits that aren't out there, right? So that's really what we work to develop.
And so when is this bait coming out?
May 29th, 15 days. It's coming up soon, but yeah, no, we're really excited about it. A lot of dealers already have them, or that they not in store, but they have them like on the way, and they won't be shelved until May 29th, but they're getting around. So.
Is this one of the baits that we talked about putting in the box? I know
yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, we want to put it in a box. I already even have 1 day poured for you.
Oh.
I did it preemptively because I knew that was a color that's gonna do well, and we had the chance to run like another like bit of a day, and we said let's just stick it out for a few more hours here and do it for Rick. So
well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
It'll be in a box for sure.
I can't wait. Yeah.
The name of that, by the way, is the Rally Shad.
One
more important piece of it, designed by Cooper Gallant. He's an Elite Series guy from here in Canada, and he's won some money with a minnow. He's pretty good at that technique. So we're really happy about that.
What? All right. So how often do you come out with baits? And we see this all the time, right? Because you can go pretty much to Tackle Warehouse.
Yep.
You can go to Tackle Warehouse and see a handful of baits that are exactly the same. I mean, there are brands out there that literally just every one of the baits is a factory mold from, D&J or something like that. And there's nothing wrong with it.
Yep.
But like, how often do you see your baits being copied? And does it make you mad or does it make you proud?
Baits copied is like I don't know.
Is it hard to say because
there's
like
not like okay, there is in the South, I've noticed there's probably about 10 or 15 companies with a Zoom speed craw, like dead on, right?
Yep.
I don't think there's a bait that's been copied exactly dead on. And I don't really like to play that game of like, who copied who, to be honest. So I don't know if there's a company selling some that look similar or that are very, very close. Colors you notice go around,
Sure.
but they kind of, like I didn't invent pearl with silver flake.
Right.
I didn't design plum. I didn't design green pumpkin. If somebody had the rights to green pumpkin, they would be the only company that existed in the industry. So it's just it is what it is. But
Sure.
I'm not. I feel honored when we have colors that are copied that are special or that we designed, and it just lets us know we're doing something right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So, I watched over the years, and you've got soft plastics, and I watched you come out with some tungsten and some terminal and things like that. Was that just out of the desire to make sure people could have easy access to the right products to pair with the baits, or was there another reason?
Yes, that's 100% it. Tungsten's still a fairly small part of our company, but we wanted something on our websites to allow people to get it all in one place.
Mm-hmm.
We get some calls, we get some emails, like every company does. I'm sure you actually probably get this much more than we do. People who are looking for what can I go and fish tomorrow that's going to catch me a fish, and I'm like a kind of, to be honest, I'm like an ultra fishing nerd. So I'm like, where are you fishing? What's the temp? Like, what's the time of year? Everything. But yeah, really, when it came down to it, it was like, how do we make sure we can offer some things on our website that can complete the what we're offering in the soft plastics? It just, to be able to offer it to people as a package can really help. Like the hard bait world has it so easy. I mean, they have they have their own challenges that are a little more difficult to manufacture. They have it so easy. I mean, you just tie on a jerk bait, you twitch it around, and big ones eat it, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, you try to help people catch fish, and you do that by putting together stuff that works together, right? So we have ball heads for swim baits and ball heads for this new bait that they'll kind of like, they might not be, like, we might have every option, but we have enough options that somebody is going to be able to go catch fish on the bait that they want to catch fish on.
Will you ever go into hard baits?
Will I ever go into hard baits? I get that. We probably talk about that or get that question asked like once a month. It would have to be something really, really special. I'm getting to be really a perfectionist. It's like getting to be like bad for timelines around here. I'm like, I don't know, like I have I really like jerk baits. I've fished jerk baits a lot in my life. I probably picked up my first jerk bait when I was like 6 years old, and I just have a lot of time with it. I would love to do one, but it would take so much time for me to perfect it. So will we? Probably someday. I think the more natural sort of movement for us would be jigs.
Got it.
We have we're working on some stuff there. I shouldn't even mention this. This is like potentially years down the road, but yeah, there's some smallmouth that eat jigs out there, and we're working on some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay. Huh. What question you got for me?
Question I got for you?
Sure.
Rick, I didn't prepare for this.
I've got more questions for you.
I didn't have any questions for you. What's the biggest fish you ever caught, Rick?
I caught a 500 and something pound Goliath grouper. I jumped in the water because I was on a TV show and I thought it would make for really good TV. I jumped in, and there I am taking my picture and everything, and I got out of the water and it up, dried off, dropped in my next line, and immediately caught like this 15-foot tiger shark. And I was like totally freaked out. Like if I showed you the picture and I looked at these guys and they were like, you guys didn't tell me there were sharks in here. And the guy goes, bro, it's the ocean. And I'm like, oh yeah. I should have really thought that one through before I jumped in.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah. So, we got a question for you. What's the weirdest soft bait you've ever designed?
The weirdest soft bait we've ever designed. Probably the one that was the most original, and we didn't fully design it. A friend of ours brought it to us, and he's a really good friend now. But he brought us the Stealth Invader. It's a pretty funky looking bait, but I found some very particular and some non-particular use cases for it where like it really works. Now I don't actually have a Stealth Invader with me.
That's a goby.
It's a goby with a inverted tail, and there's some goby baits. There wasn't at the time a lot of goby baits that actually had like the height profile of a goby,
right?
And kind of the face of a goby. It's like a mean looking bait. And it has an inverted paddle tail on the back, and it's really small. So basically, it will kick at slow speeds. Mm-hmm. I can fish it on a drop shot, which is a big deal to me. I fish Lake Erie. I'm a Lake Erie guy, basically. And fishing it on a drop shot is something I do a lot. Fishing on a short little drop shot in the fall is like, one of my little secrets. Got some big fish doing that for sure. But the Stealth Invader, I think, is kind of the weirdest looking one. I don't know. Aside from that, not a lot of weird stuff. Working on some weird stuff always, but doesn't always pan out. But I've seen some really weird stuff. I've been offered some really, really weird stuff, some designs. But we've only ever taken one of the designs that we've been offered. There's a Stealth Invader, but there's some people out there with some very creative minds.
Yeah. So. Yeah, you're not wrong. Listen, if you guys are watching in the chat and you want to ask Zach a question, ask me in the chat, or I can throw out my phone number and you can call in. But I'm going to leave it to you guys. See that? I say that, and all of a sudden
I think the call in would be cool. I think it would be.
All right, let's take a call.
Feature. That'd be a cool feature.
All right, here. Well, I'll post my phone number. As we started the show, this has become very dangerous because the problem is that everyone has it, and then they all decide they want to call me and talk about it. So there's my phone number.
You need a burner, Rick. You need a burner.
Yeah, or I should just get a Google Doc number.
Yeah, you need a
All right, so somebody call the number, and let's ask Zach a question. It's more likely to end up being my son, but let's see who wants to call in. Everyone's gonna get shy now, though.
That's all right. We could take something from the chat too.
The spider.
I just thought it'd be a cool new feature to Monster. I don't know if you do this. Do you do call-ins?
Yeah. I used to have a whole call-in hotline, and just sent a question for him. To who? Let's see here. T-Rex tackle donation. No, that's T-Rex. That one's T-Rex. What's your PB?
My PB? Are we talking strictly bass?
Yes.
6.5 smallmouth. I've caught a lot of fish between 6 and 6.5. I've not broken the 7. It's eluded me. I'm going out tomorrow, Rick. Yeah. If I catch a 7, we run it back next week on Monster Bass Live.
Deal.
All right.
Deal. The boys at Three Brothers may not be happy, but I will bump them if you catch a 7.
We'll do a special episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, to Scott. It's a smallmouth. We're in Canada. My biggest largemouth, I think, is like right under 6 or something like that. But they don't grow them like they grow them in California. That's for sure. So.
And yet my PB is 5'1", and it's a smallmouth. So
Well, there you go.
What can I say?
Yeah, they don't cap out at 6.5 on Lake Erie. They probably cap. Well, I mean, you saw a 10-pounder not that long ago. They probably
Right.
cap out around. I mean, realistically 7.5. But yeah, they're it's 6 is a good one. That's the ones we're after.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Now, was XZone I'm just trying to think if I want to ask this question. Lucky Enough wants to know, he's curious on how XZone got its start. I was going to go somewhere there. Wasn't it were the previous owners, was it a guy in an Indian nation?
No, I believe he worked with the guy in an Indian nation. To be honest with you, Rick, I know a little bit about the guy who used to own it. I don't know that much.
Yeah, I don't.
Really, we've taken the 2 bait designs and the name came along with them, and it's been good. The bait designs had a big following, but aside from that, it was really just a person that we knew through I think through a couple clubs.
Nice. Okay, evidently my phone's going straight to voicemail. So I just turned off Do Not Disturb. So whoever was going to call back right now. I'll answer it right now. Promise. Oh, yeah. Now nobody's going to answer it. What pound test do you drop shot with?
4, 6, or 8. 4, like flat calm summer. 6, almost all the time. 8 is like dead of winter. They eat anything. Like November, 53-degree temperature to 46 water temp. It's 8. I just reel them in. They don't fight. They eat everything. It's great.
I gotta tell you. Last time I went to visit my mom, I booked a walleye charter because I had never caught a walleye.
Yeah.
And I can't think of a more boring fish to catch, because the moment you hook them, they give up. They're like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, Lake Erie is known for that, eh? And I actually caught a 30-inch, 10-pound, like 10.5-pound walleye last year on Lake Erie. They're growing big out there. 30-inch walleye. And for the first 3 seconds of it, I thought this one could be a big one. And the second I started feeling like a log, I knew it was a walleye. And it didn't come up to jump. I was like, all right, it's yeah. I know what you're saying. Especially the walleye charters usually use big rods, eh? And it can be more fun to fight them on light line. But yeah, when you're hauling them in like they do on the charters, I mean, there's not much of a fight there.
What? It's going straight to voicemail. Hold on. What is going on here? Hold on. All right. Since T-Rex called, I'm going to call T-Rex. What is going on here?
Hello?
Is this the Heartbreaker?
You betcha.
What's up, buddy?
Not much.
Did you have a question for Zach?
Yes. I was wondering when XZone was going to start making some hard baits so they can do a takeover box.
Yeah, that's a great question. And I talked about it with Rick, eh? And yeah, hard baits, tough game to get into. Like I said, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I'd like to have hard baits in the next 5 years, I would say. But man, they got to be perfect, and they gotta be new and trendy. I don't think I can come into the game with a crankbait at this point. I think I'm a little late to the party there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, jerk baits are trending right now for sure. Would love just a pure smallmouth jerk bait, to be honest. I know that there's a lot of largie fans. A lot of guys like largemouth, but man,
What would you do different? What would
What's
you do
that?
to make a smallmouth jerk bait?
A little deeper, maybe a little smaller, but I don't know. It would have a little more erratic action, and really you'd need like two. You really need like a summer one, and you need like a winter one. But jerk baits are something special for me.
What's your go-to rod and reel setup?
Go-to rod and reel setup: 7-foot medium with 3000. It's spinning rod. 7-foot medium. Vanford 3000. Vanford 3000 or Daiwa Tatula Elite 3000. Hard to beat. Does everything. It's a great rod. I got lots just like that.
There you go.
Easy. It's easy, Rick. Just put the bait in front of them and you catch them.
Did you have other questions, T-Rex?
No, that was it. That's all I have. I'm a fan of all their soft plastics, so I just wonder when they were going to come out with some hard baits.
No, I appreciate that, and it's something we're always looking at, but it's just been busy lately. It's just been busy, and yeah, hard to plan that out. Hard to find a manufacturer that we really trust too. I don't think it's something we can make here, and that's not something I love making stuff here, Rick. I really do. Yeah. And yeah, hard to know if the manufacturer's gonna be able to make it just the perfect way I want it. And the design, it seems like a lot more than we can bite off right now. We're having trouble just keeping up with what we got.
It's a good problem.
It is a great problem. Yeah, we would have. Yeah, if you told us we were going to have this problem, we would have. Yeah, we would have got into it earlier.
What's your? Oh, hold on. All right, T-Rex.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for calling in.
Oh, no problem. That's what I do.
All right, buddy.
I call and fish. Boom.
There you go.
Later.
Bye.
Thanks.
We had one other person trying to call in, and it went straight to voicemail. We're going to call him back. God, this is dangerous. This is dangerous.
Hello.
Is this Ryan?
It is.
How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Doing great, man. Doing great. Do you have a question for Zach?
I certainly do, Zach. So I live in Philadelphia. I coach football and wrestling, and I'm taking about 15 kids of mine fishing this weekend. And it has been cold and rainy, and it's just been horrible. And we fish in the Chamonix Creek, which is right at the mouth of the Delaware River. So we can get pretty much any species, from stripers at the right time of the year through anything else you can think of, largemouth, smallmouth. Can you recommend any good rigs or soft baits that might work? I mean, it's been pouring the last 2 days and like 50 degrees, but it is going to be nice Friday. Dry it out a bit, and Saturday's supposed to be nice too.
How's the water visibility?
Well, I mean, in the Chamonix, it's pretty nice. In the Delaware, you can see caskets, cars, houses, everything else float down there.
It's clear?
The creek itself is pretty nice where we fish. We fish probably maybe a half a mile up or so from the mouth of the Delaware.
So you can see a few feet.
You could probably see a solid 15 feet, I'll say, Saturday, maybe 20 feet deep, and it's probably 35 or 40 feet deep there.
Smallmouth, largemouth?
You can hit smallmouth, largemouth, perch, any panfish, catfish. I mean, you name it, you can hit it. I mean, I caught a 48-inch striper at that spot.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're taking kids?
My second biggest striper.
You taking kids?
So,
Yeah, he said he's taking 14 or 15 kids.
Wow.
it's about
Neds? Neds and swim baits. That's what I do with kids.
Kids out all the time.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
No, he just said he takes a bunch of kids out all the time, but I don't think he heard your suggestion.
Neds, swim baits. That's what I do with kids. If they want to cast and reel, I let them throw a 2.75 swammer is ours, 2.75, just on a 1/0 ball head. And if they want to sort of soak it on the bottom, a Ned's going to be your best bet. Whether that's the Ned zone or that's the stealth craw, both of them are great. If it really depends on what you got in the water there. If you got lots of crayfish going around, the stealth craw is going to definitely bring some in for them.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of rock bass too. Like, so you get into June. I mean, you can catch 50, 60 rock bass in 2 hours.
Yeah, they can. What's that, Rick?
Oh, well, why not?
You bring me, nobody's catching 50 bass.
Oh, I'm telling you, I took my daughter out at 3 years old, and she literally turned and said to me after about 40 minutes of fishing, "Daddy, my arms are too tired. Can we go home?"
I love it.
Yeah.
It was great. And a lot of these kids, I've coached from junior high. Actually, I've coached from little kids on. My son's on my football and wrestling team. So these kids can cast. They can already do all that stuff. The one thing I don't like is like they're pushing and pushing and pushing to go out. And I hate going out. Like, you might catch 3 fish in 3 hours. Like they're used to June and July when everybody's hitting no less than 30, 35 fish. Now you're hitting everything. You're hitting rock bass. We have huge bluegill right there. Sunnies, you're hitting all that stuff. But the rock bass, the smallmouth, the largemouth, you can get some really decent sized fish because they're coming out of the Delaware. You can even catch trout in there, and like the trout will hit stuff that is crazy. I just got the skip and toad buzz bait 2 days ago, and I'm going to try using that on Saturday and see how that works.
Sure.
I'll throw just about anything, but just wanted to see if you had any good ideas that I could, preload up for the kids and get rigged up or anything, and make it a little bit easier on me.
Yeah, well, we gave you 2 good suggestions, so give those a try and let us know how you do next week.
Yep, I absolutely will. I appreciate it.
I got a question for it's Ryan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are you an Eagles fan?
Uh-oh.
What's that?
Are you an Eagles fan? Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh yeah. They're gonna bring you.
Get him out of here, Rick. Get him out of here. Get him out. Get him out.
Bye, Ryan.
That's crazy.
You don't think they're gonna repeat?
No, please no. I almost cried. I'm not a Chiefs fan. I'm a Cowboys fan, but
we'll
no,
get
that
ready to cry for about the next 7 years.
no, that was traumatic. That was traumatic.
Young.
Oh.
I think their oldest player on that team right now is 25 years old.
That's man.
24.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Saquon's the oldest.
You started this, Zach.
I know I started it.
Next. That defense,
I don't want to hear about it.
Last year, they were by far number 1 in the league last year.
All right, I'd like to know from everyone in the chat who your team is. And while we say goodbye to Ryan, and Zach's learned his lesson. We're not. You never asked. Go ahead.
If I'm right, Zach, you owe me a bunch of baits.
Oh.
What? Sorry. If they win back to back.
Yep. If we win this year, you owe me a bunch of baits.
All right. Deal. It's not happening. It's not happening. Yeah, they're missing playoffs. They're going 6 and 11.
Do we have a bet here?
I put it out there. I didn't hear him accept.
$50 worth. What's a pack of baits? So that's 10 packs of baits if the Eagles repeat.
Versus $50? Done.
I'll throw in another 50 if they 2-0 the Cowboys. It's not going to happen.
If they 2-0 the Cowboys, bro.
It's not going to happen.
The Cowboys? Are you kidding me? The Cowboys haven't beaten us in like a decade.
No. Cowboys 2-0. Cowboys 2-0 this year.
Quarterback. Dak throws more touchdowns to a defense than he does to his offense.
Wow, this is going sideways. This is I gotta tell you.
And by the way, the Cowboys, Martin retired. Who the hell's going to block our D line? When no one in the league could block them last year, and they only got better.
Everyone, if you're just tuning in, Monster Bass Live is now NFL fantasy football, and it's
only because I know I'm going to get those 10 passes off.
okay.
Brutal.
It's
Okay, you heard it there, Ryan.
I sent an appreciation email, and your office manager got back to me last week, and she was awesome. She got right back to me, very sweet.
Awesome.
There you go. All right, Ryan. Well, thanks for calling in, man.
You got it, guys.
All right, bye.
Have a good one.
Well, there you have it. We've gone into football, and I should ask your team, but I'm going. Do I get to guess?
I said it a few times.
Oh, you did?
I did.
AFC or NFC?
NFC. It's Eagles. Eagles division.
Oh, it must be like who? The Giants?
The Giants. The Cowboys.
Wait, the Cowboys are
America's team. Yeah. America's team. I'm Canadian, but yeah, America's team.
Bro. Don't get me started with the Cowboys.
They haven't even they haven't won since about, I think, 9 years before I was born.
They're awful. Awful. I mean, at least like the Bills or something.
Yeah, I think we should get back to fishing, Rick. This is I just thought I'd throw a little jab at him, and I got hit. I got hit pretty hard back. So
you did. But man, all right. My last question for you tonight, because I want to be respectful of time, and it's starting to get late on the East Coast. What's your dad gonna do in retirement? Like, what's he gonna do with all his free time?
work, find something else to do. I have no idea. My dad's been working, I don't know, 12 to 16 hours for, 15, 25 years at this point. He's not going to retire. He's like gearing up to retire all the time. And yeah, he's never going to retire. No, I would not count on it. But, I mean, he likes fishing. He doesn't like fishing like I do anymore, though. He's, yeah, he's a little slower. But, yeah, I like to tease him. But he's not here, so I guess it's just rude to tease him. But, no, yeah, fishing, golfing, working. He just likes working. But it's kind of, I don't know, there's something bred about it. He grew up on a farm, so he's just got that in him. He just wants to work. So
that's great. Well, good for him. I mean, you do what you love, and I guess he's entitled to it. I mean, he's been at it for long enough, and he's done a great job building a really solid brand, and he's left it in yours and your brother's capable hands. And I look forward to watching the brand grow and seeing what the journey looks like.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Rick, and yeah, we're gonna continue to make it our own, me and my brother's own, and continue to basically just do what we've been doing for the last couple of years, just getting a little too perfect on the stuff we do, and we'll just get better with time. And yeah, no, I'm excited. It's a great industry to work in. It's a lot of fun. So
it's the nicest people, I've always said.
Yeah, it is the nicest people, right? And generally speaking, everybody agrees with you on most everything, and yeah, everybody's respectful. So it's a great industry to work. And thanks for the opportunity to be on Monster Bass Live, and thanks for the people who've asked questions today. It's been a great experience.
Yeah, I really appreciate you taking the time to come on the show and talk a little bit about XZone and the baits and and even the Cowboys. So it's been a lot of fun.
Next time I'm not talking about the Cowboys.
Oh, next time we should do a whole show just on football.
I'm not going to. You can have my brother. He's even more into football than I am. He won't even play fantasy because he's worried that the player's going to play against the Cowboys. So he's hardcore.
All right. Well, to each his own. To each his own. So
that's right.
Yeah. Listen, appreciate you coming on the show, and please tell your father I said hello, and I wish you guys all the best.
Will do. Thanks, Rick. You too. Hey, take care.
All right. Take care.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. Well, there you have it. I mean, great company, great family. He's following his father's footsteps. He's doing it right. And I'm really glad to have a partnership with this brand. It's special for me. You know, a lot of people are always like, yeah, but Rick, aren't you a competitor? And it's like, we're all in this industry. There's room for everybody to participate, and there's room for everyone to succeed if you do it the right way. And it doesn't really matter. I mean, look, I'll never forget the day his father called me up one day and said, "Who's your supplier for rod sleeves?" I don't know if he was looking for, maybe this is when he wanted to come out with the neoprene ones or whatever. And I gladly shared it. Like, who cares? Like, anytime people are like, got to keep it so close to the vest that they won't even share or help someone out, it doesn't work for me. There's plenty of room to help people out. And because someday I'm going to need help. And you know what? I know I can call that guy. And he'll help me out too. So, oh man, what a good show. What a good show. I know we got some golden tickets. Man, we didn't get very many likes this week, like 14 or 15. You guys do realize that I'm going to really need to get a therapist, because like my ego is taking a hit here. 14 or 15 likes, and we had Zach from XZone on. What am I doing wrong? Maybe we should do a whole call-in show where you guys just call in and tell me like what I'm doing wrong. I was in I'm going to give you guys a chance to put your golden tickets in the chat. We're going to call 2. So while I start talking, why don't you put your golden tickets in the chat? And I'll pull 2 numbers off of that. But, the last 2 days, I was in Phoenix on Tuesday to present some kid with his Eagle Scout Award, because he asked me to give it to him. And so I flew to Phoenix and gave it to him. And then last night there was this court of honor, and I gave another kid his Eagle Scout Award. And as I was thinking about this kid's journey, it got me thinking about like the path, right? And the path to Eagle Scout. Like, we talk to these kids, and the whole thing about it is, it's not always an easy journey. Well, neither is life, right? And it got me thinking about the saying, how how you do anything is how you do everything, right? And when you think about that phrase, it suggests that the way you approach or perform tasks or situations in life really reflects on your overall character, really reflects on all your aspects in life. And whether you're on your path to Eagle as a kid or whether you're just living your life, how you approach anything is how you're probably going to approach everything. And if you approach it with conviction and honor and honesty, it's probably how you live your life. And I really believe that good things come when you do that. And whether you believe in God or you don't, it doesn't matter. But if you have faith in yourself and you believe you're always doing the right thing, I do believe good things will come. So let's see. I'm still waiting. I see your golden tickets. I'm giving you guys a chance. You only need to put them in once. If I see you putting them in more than twice, I'm not going to pick you. I see you guys. So, I do want to show you this bait. I just got it today. It is a prototype, so don't even look at the paint schemes, the hooks. The hook sizes are wrong. I don't even love the rattle. This is from a 3D mold. I'm going to throw it in the pool tomorrow. We're going to give feedback, and then I sent out about 8 of them to get more feedback. And then I don't know if you guys saw this, but I fell over today swimming a giant 8-inch soft swim bait in the pool. And I took the cover off where the filter is, and I didn't put it back, and I stepped right into it and fell over. So it was pretty funny. So there you have it. And another prototype. You're not going to see it during the summer because it's not even close. But what courses did I take in college? I've got a way of saying things. Believe it or not, I have a bachelor's in education. I taught first grade for a little while. I loved it. I was really good at kickball too, and those little kids never stood a chance because I was so good. And then I have a master's in psychology and a master's in economic policy and planning because I thought I was going to go into government and be a politician. Then I realized I didn't want anything to do with those people. But maybe someday when I'm done, I'll move to Westfield, New York, and become the mayor because, there's like 5,000 people and I'd be bored because what else would I do? Someone would say fishing, but I can't do that. All right, let's pull out some numbers here. I got my first number. Let me write this down. Golden ticket. 0. All right, I'm pulling out another golden ticket, guys. Just give me a chance. Here's the thing. I always get nervous. Like, I want to give everyone a chance to win, but I don't remember who I've sent stuff to. So I feel bad if I pull someone that I've never pulled, that I pulled already. God, I should really start keeping track of this stuff. This is bad. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We had a great show. We got another great show next week. We got the 3 brothers from 3 Brothers Baits, the oldest being, I think he's 22 years old. And they seem to be doing a lot of good stuff. I don't know them personally, but I look forward to getting to know them a little bit more with you guys next week. I will not be in tomorrow. So if you call me, please, I won't answer. I'm taking my kid to Vegas. He comes home from college today, and we're flying to Vegas tomorrow to see the Grateful Dead. Dead and Company. I was scolded last week via text because they're like, it's not the Grateful Dead, it's Dead and Company. Yeah, all right, it's Dead and Company at the Sphere. And yes, I went last week, and I'm taking my son this week because we need to do some fun stuff. So the final golden ticket numbers of the night are 08844 and 19322. If I called your numbers, email me at rick@monsterbass.com, your name, your address, and cell phone number. For those of you that just bought stuff, Scott, for buying stuff on the XZone site, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Probably what we should have done is set up like a discount code so that we can attract this stuff and so that we can see that this stuff works, but we didn't. But look, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys all next week. And if you're going out on the water, always wear your life preserver. And please be safe. I love you guys, and I'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye.